We've been so focused on the engine repower, but there's a whole list of smaller jobs that had to be done before launch day. In this episode, we replace our washing machine with a brand new washer and dryer, try to salvage our bargain basement Chinese Alibaba dinghy, grind off a ton of bondo and paint from the aft locker doors, and remove the mast to strip the stack. Oh, and we say goodbye to the gantry that helped us move the Cummins. So the crane is coming back and Blaine is
moving the washing machine out of here because it's getting picked up and removed. Make way for the new ones.
Yeah, as soon as our tax return comes in.
Yeah. Listen to us sounding all redneck, waiting for our tax return to come in to go buy parts.
Who else spends money they don't have? Oh wait, we do.
I suppose I am a redneck, so.
You need help? What are you doing here?
Trying to slide this out onto here without scratching the crap out of my generator lid. And it's a little snug in here, as you can see.
Oh shit, Sherlock. I think it'd be better if... Doing great. I'll hold the board.
Hey.
Watch that corner of the... There we go.
Okay. I need to get right where you are.
Of course you do. In case you guys are wondering, this washing machine works. It's kind of. I think they took it apart to bring it down here, yes. And it's a bit sketchy.
And they didn't put it back together again super fantastically.
No. No. Do you remember the dryer? Do you guys remember the dryer that they took apart to put down here and then put it back together, pinched a wire, so when you touched the dryer and the floor, you got zapped?
Yeah. Always super safe on an aluminum boat.
Super safe aluminum boat to pinch wires. Okay, well, it looks good, B. So this is coming out with the crane.
You're gonna pull the truck around, weren't you, Dennis?
Yeah, I'll go get it. I'll put the truck right next to the crane. Is that okay?
Sure.
Looks good.
Fairly certain they disassembled these to put them in. They disassembled these to put them in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and let's just say they didn't reassemble them very well. The dryer, which is going already, actually they had pinched a wire, one of the AC wires, between the metal, so the case of it, the dryer was hot, which is super awesome on an aluminum deck and an aluminum boat.
Oh, yeah.
Hi everybody, this is Blaine from the future. We are out on the Great Siberian Sushi Run. We started a few days ago, and we're hot and heavy into it. So if you want to get some inside track and get the latest up-to-date news, check out www.onboardtangaroa.com and follow along.
So this is our poor dinghy. Yeah, it's deflated, but you can see we've been having issues with the seams. Those ones aren't bad. This one's really bad. This one. And this one. So what I think I'm going to do is tape all those places. First of all, it's always nerve-wracking doing something you've never done before, and I've never fixed an inflatable dinghy. So I went and found this stuff, and I've done some research. Final Fix. It's not a two-part epoxy, but it's good for PVC and Hypalon. I'm going to prep these seams, and they said prep with acetone. I'll tape them off, and then I'll glue them. This front seam, I can't do without the boat being inflated a little bit, so I'll show you. This, I don't know how, unless I went inwards like this, it has to be inflated a bit to get that out. So that's the plan. Always a new job. Let's see what I can do here. I am back to the dinghy. It was supposed to rain today. It rained a little bit this morning, but it's not bad. So the other day I sealed the seams on this dinghy. So here, it feels sealed. It looks sealed. But I wasn't able to do the front because, again, I need it blown up a little bit. So let's blow up this dinghy and see what the scoop is. Holy crap, this dinghy is flat. I might be here for a while. It's flat, Lane. I think I need an air compressor, not a foot pump. It's coming though, look. Actually, I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. Is I left the pump in, that's why it was deflating.
Yeah, because the pump seals are probably pretty crap.
Because, like, look it.
Yep, that's good.
I think I fixed it.
I hope so.
I think I fixed it. Fingers crossed. I am grinding on the stack upstairs to make it red to match the boot stripe. I'm also working on the dinghy. I've already washed it, waiting for it to dry, so I'm going to paint it. Yep, I'm going to paint the dinghy. Because, and Blaine is hole sawing or something. I know he's swearing. Uh-oh.
No, I'm not doing this. I'm going to Jim's. I'm going to end up with a hole 5 times bigger than I need it. Stupid. I hate not having my tools here.
Blaine is not happy, as you can see.
No, I'm not happy. It's ridiculous.
What do you have to hole saw?
I got to make the flanges for the raw water pumps.
Okay, but you threw the drill.
I did. It's an old drill anyway.
And that's about sums up what's happening in the yard right now. It is not all something in roses. What is that? It's not all
Fun and games.
fun and games. Sometimes it's swear and chuck. So our dinghy was stained. I don't know what happened. The PVC got all stained. So I was like, let's try something new. And a gentleman over in the San Juan Islands, when we went cruising there, gave us this paint for PVCs. So I painted one coat on her. What do you guys think? Let's chat with Blaine about, I don't know what he's doing. Exhaust or, I don't know what he's doing.
Right now I'm getting your washer and dryer platform.
Oh yeah, because that's going to be delivered today.
That's getting delivered today. So this needs to get done. So,
At least to put the washer and dryer on.
yeah,
And hook it up so I could do laundry versus having to go to the laundromat.
that would be nice.
That would be nice. Today is going to be, look at me, I'm a washer and dryer installer.
Look at me, I'm a washer and dryer installation specialist.
Okay, get back to it.
Okay,
I'm going to go back to doing dishes.
I've got to drill out some old bronze screws.
Ugh. Getting rid of the dissimilar metals.
Yes, I hate those things. And today I'm working on making way for the washer and dryer. I've removed the piece of wood that was along this edge here. You can see what's left of it over in the corner over there. It is basically just disintegrating. It's been damp for far too long. You can actually see the effect that it's had on the aluminum as well that it was sitting on. So that is getting gone. And I'll go up and show you guys what the piece of wood looks like. So here's the piece of wood that I'm removing. And you can see all the rot happening here. Everywhere it's sitting on top of a rail. You can see where all the corrosion's stuck to the wood, but I mean, this stuff's just disintegrating. It's just falling apart. So we're gonna have to do something better than this. Once again, here you can see, I've already vacuumed it, but you can see the corrosion from the water sitting under that wood. This is why you tend to avoid putting wood directly on top of aluminum, especially anywhere where it's going to be damp, i.e. a boat. Yeah, so I'll remove that other piece too. And honestly, I'll probably just have the tank sitting directly on top of the aluminum strips because that's going to be better for it anyway. If I do anything, I'll just put a sheet of aluminum across the top of that. But haven't yet decided what I'm going to do there.
Guess what is arriving today and going into the boat on Monday? Yes, we actually are getting washing machine and dryers on board, but they're smaller and the dryer is ventless. Look at it. Isn't they pretty? I think one's a dryer. Is one a dryer? Is that the dryer or is that the washing machine?
Washer and dryer.
Washer and dryer. Yay! It's awesome. These guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, they're so pretty and they are the perfect. We do not need full-size washing machine and dryers. These are actually the perfect size to go in the engine room. So the tender is white. I'm not sure if I would paint a dinghy again, but it looks better than it did. So I was like, whatever. It's painted. We're going to put this one back on the roof, and then we've got to move our generator down into the back of the truck, move it around to the starboard side of the boat because Andrew with the travel lift is coming in. He's going to lift stuff into our boat. It's going to be a very busy morning. But first, dinghy on the roof. Go Blade! It's a bit lopsided. I should get the water out.
One's probably already out.
Maggie, come up. Come here. You don't want to get caught over there, dog. Grab that prawn trap. Crab trap, sorry. Get it out of the way. Thanks. Boom down.
Are you clear on your side?
There. Yep. Boom down. Oh, the dog, I forgot her up there.
Come on, Maggie. Come here. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on.
Maggie, come on.
Come down to me.
Nope. Oh, she jumped down by herself. Yeah, she went down the window.
So it was brought to my attention when we were hauled out and the T-lift dropped us here. They usually don't use this part of the yard, at least not for big boats, because the ground over here is soft. It's not the full asphalt of the rest of the yard. So I guess here you can see there's a dip. Apparently that happened when they put us here. So the T-lift was actually sinking when they were blocking us up. So they wanted us to basically make ourselves as light as possible, which we're already doing pretty well. We're only at about a third of fuel, and we're mostly empty of water. But in the back of the boat we have a 600-gallon water tank that is not currently connected. However, we did have it full of water just as some extra ballast. So what I've done here is I've got my hose run and I'm siphoning it out. So we're going to be as light as possible when they go to put us back in the water, which is hopefully not too terribly much longer. So yeah, fun times.
I need to get the mast down. And yes, our boat has a mast. Actually, if you look back about 3 years ago, we took the mast down, we got it sandblasted and put it back up, but it's still leaking. But that's not the reason I'm taking it down. Well, it kind of is. 1, I want to fix the leak. 2, I can't grind the paint behind the mast. So it needs to come down. I already have all the bolts out. They're actually not really bolts because there is no nuts on the back. But we've got to get that mast down, and I need Blaine's help because it's heavy.
They are still bolts.
And I want to make sure, is there enough wires, slack in there?
Lots of slack.
Okay.
On everything.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Man, that 5200 is good stuff. Oh, let me grab a razor knife. Grab that.
Strong 5200. You have to get my scraper and a hammer.
Get something to wedge under there. Just gotta give it a 5200. It sticks.
That was actually hard to get down.
Seeing as it was just a strip that wide, it was stuck pretty good.
So my next task is to get all the paint off the locker doors for the aft area. We haven't had these locker doors on for almost 1.5 years. I had really high hopes that I was going to get them redone. It didn't happen. So instead, I'm going to leave them and we're just going to get the paint off. Here I tried stripping it. It didn't work very well. So instead, we'll take the grinder. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them to do. Which is right, 3 on each side and 1 on the forward. And then hopefully once I get that, I can close up those aft lockers, even if I have to tape these on. And then I can grind the aft deck walls without getting dust all my lockers, which I cleaned yesterday. So that's the next task. They might be salvageable. It's not as bad as I thought. There's a lot of bondo on it, but it actually looks pretty good. What do you think? Now we just need some type of hinge or clasp to hold it on.
Well, Janice is outside working her little butt off, grinding off some paint from our rear lockers. I decided I would surprise her. So I've just kind of mocked up the platform here. So I'm going to unwrap our washer and dryer and get them set in here. And then we'll kind of get an idea, because we're kind of playing around with different ideas for where we're going to put these. They're either going to be where they are there, which I don't like a lot because it really chokes down this walkway here. Makes it a little bit more challenging to access the water maker stuff, as well as that side of the generator, which has got the fuel filter and some other little odds and ends. So the other option was possibly putting them on top of the generator box, which would kind of put them right in the middle here, easy to access. But we'll get them unwrapped first. We'll see what kind of room we've got and go from there.
Blaine has stopped me from grinding, and he has said, come here, which always worries me a bit. I'm coming here. What did you do? Oh, you took apart the washer and dryer. That's good.
They're in their place. It's gonna need some adjustment. I just put them in there to see how they were gonna fit.
It's good because I need to do washing. Look at my clothes.
You're gonna have to do some washing for sure.
Do some washing.
You should throw yourself in there as well while you're at it.
Maybe I should just jump fully clothed in the shower. I was wondering what all that was. Nice job, Blaine. Ooh, my little grinding area is a bit dusty right now. Just a little bit of dust, Blaine. It's so soft though. If you've gone back in the videos, yeah, you would see that we have a lot of bondo on this boat. Like a lot. Just let's just say
A lot.
a lot. Right, Blaine?
A lot.
A lot. I can just watch your butt go up the ladder. Look at that cute little butt. Okay, Maggie, I'm just got a bit more grinding to do, and then we'll take you for a walk. Welcome to Canada Day. Today I am polishing the stack so I can get the mast back up. Because I can't get the machine behind once the mast is up, so I've got to polish behind the mast now so I get the mast back up. So I'm using my buffer. I've got 180 grit on, and you can see such a difference it makes. I've polished the funnel up to 180 just behind where the mast is going. This is kind of just going to be a temporary job, but I just need to get back to behind the mast. I can do the rest of the funnel later when we're in the water, but I also need to just cover the bondo a little bit because I'm not at the point where I'm going to repaint this whole deck, but I have to cover the bondo right in behind the mast because bondo is not good with water. So when it's raining, the bondo just kind of disintegrates and separates from the aluminum. So I'm just going to use some 4200. I'm just going to run a bead right here behind the mast, and it's just kind of a temporary fix. This whole top deck is going to get repainted, and then there will be a paint seam there. It's just one of those times where we just want to get back in the water right now, and this stuff can be done on the water. So that's what's happening right now. And then you guys are laughing at me because I actually do an old school trick where you just kind of lick your finger and go along it and smooth it out. So let's do that now. And you should take the tape off pretty quick, but I've got nothing to put the tape on right now. I'm gonna have to find a piece of paper towel or anything, because if I take this off now, that tape is going to get everywhere. So I'm gonna let this set for just a little bit, and then we'll worry about taking the tape off. So it is time to put the mast back up, and for that I need Blaine. But what I did since I had the mast down is I polished it. What do you guys think? Looks so much better, eh, than the sandblasting finish. So much better. And now I've prepped the area where the mast is going. Right there. We've just got one hole that we've got to fix. We've got to drill through, which is this one. And for some reason that one already goes right through. See?
Just a really thick flange. So we just have to drill them out to fit, so that's cool.
Let's see if that one fits the other one. No. Maybe. Drill it out a bit more. In case you're wondering, we're using a very small drill bit because it's caulking in these holes from last time the mast was put up, which is 5200. So he's just kind of cleaning it out with a smaller drill bit, and it's not going to affect the threads, so we can still thread in the bolts. At least that's what he alleges.
No metal removal. So what we'll do is we'll stand it up with a slight lean forward, so the tip of the front is in front, and then we'll lean it back as I get the screws in.
Okay, I got it. What do you want me to do with it?
Not there.
Oh, I can't get my body can't go in there. I'm being squished.
Nope.
This is just caulking coming out. Some of it's not the dirty caulking.
Dirty caulk?
Dirty caulking! Every time we do caulking, the mind totally goes in the gutter. Because it's just one of those words. One of those words, Blaine.
Yep.
The mast is up, but I still have to caulk around the edges. Okay? And around the back. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, caulking's on. I'm just gonna let it dry for a little bit and let's clean up. And then that should be good. Yeah, I'm quite happy to have the mast up. What do you guys think? Looks pretty good, eh? What do you think? Do you think it's better polished? I think it's a lot better polished. So, yeah, job well done. Yay, me, caulking everywhere. So what do you have in your hand?
This is the stock for the speed sensor wheel on the depth sounder. So we've got to replace the wheel because ours is in really rough condition, like non-existent. So we're getting a new one. That way our speed log will work as well.
But we'll keep this, we just replacing the little paddle wheel?
Just replace the paddle wheel. Super simple.
Not simple to do underwater.
Simple to do underwater, you just get more water in the boat.
If you guys saw before, I was underwater trying to change my sister's transducer wheel, and we just couldn't even get the, was it transducer?
Yeah.
We couldn't get the transducer out, so I was underwater trying to hold a piece of board up against the hull. It didn't work. But when you're out of the water, it's the best time to actually change these over, which is exactly what we're doing.
So I have prepped the plug for the knot log. So now it's time to put the new one in.
Yeah, because our friend Mitch just brought that over.
Yes. So you gotta do the O-rings as well. So I'll just take everything apart here if I can get them out without a pick. Yay, there we go. Then I'll have to clean out those grooves as well.
Why don't you just cut that?
I could. I mean, it's not like it was difficult to slide it off.
No, but now it's really easy. Work smarter, not harder, Billy.
Mm-hmm. So On the top, there's an arrow that tells you which direction that's got to go in on, and the paddle wheel's got to be facing in the correct direction. So you want it where when it's going in that direction, it's pushing on the flat of the paddle wheel.
What's that whole thing called?
The speed sensor plug.
So this gives us speed over water.
Yeah, correct. Okay, that is going in, although it kind of hurts.
With a dirty spoon.
Hey, dirty spoon works as well as a clean spoon.
Do that again. Once more. I'm just giving it, you keep blowing.
So, yeah, then I just put on the new O-rings and slide it back in the hole and it's good to go. So as we were saying, this is the knot log for the boat. So as you go through the water, this guy spins, and that's what tells the computer how fast you're going. Now you might notice there's no wires on this unit. So the way this works is this slides into the depth sounder housing. And in the depth sounder housing, there's a Hall effect sensor that picks up the magnetic pulses every time one of these goes by. So as you can see, there's magnets in here. So it doesn't need wires, it's just creating a magnetic field every time it goes by the sensor inside of the other unit. So the main unit has wires coming out, and inside it's got a sensor to pick up those magnets as they go by. Here, where this guy's got to go, there's the hole down there. And usually lubricate the seals with some soap. Actually, funny enough, KY jelly works really well too.
Oh my gosh.
I'm being serious. That guy just pushes down in there just like that. And then there's a pin. This guy. The newer ones have a cap that threads down over the top of this, but this one is not designed that way. Probably have a hard time seeing this. This guy just slides in. Once you get it lined up right, oh man, there we go. And then there is another ring here that threads into that guy. This is really difficult one-handed. Uh-oh, I dropped the ring. I'll have to turn you guys off.
Oh, hold on, it's lifting. That's almost fingers. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
That's why you keep your fingers clear.
I was waiting for you to lift first. Let down. Fuck, that was heavy.
Good. That's a heavy bish.
Yeah.
Fall down the hatch.
Yeah, that's good. I want to drop the things off the boat.
Not
Blaine
gonna
is
drop
like,
them.
no, we're going to damage the pavement, which is actually kind of smart, but I just like the easy way out is just like us drop it flat and maybe it won't divot it and we can just drop it even.
It will destroy the asphalt, so no, we're not dropping it. That would be irresponsible.
So the small beam is a lot lighter. So we're going to put this one over. I won my argument with this one. We're going to hoist it over with lines versus walking it right through the boat. And then we'll figure out what to do with the big one.
You only partially won your argument. We're not dropping it.
Fine. I have to say, it will be nice to get these I-beams off the boat. Because it's just that one step closer. Again, transitioning to rope.
Okay, me too.
We keep catch up. I think we can do the bigger one this way.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm getting really too old for this, I find. I'm gonna rest, he's gonna tie, and then this is going overboard. It'd be really nice to get these off. I think we came to a, what do you call them when two people agree on something?
Compromise?
We came to a good compromise. That's the word. We're kind of throwing overboard, but we're not worried about the curve of the boat because we're bringing it over the straight area and we're not damaging the cap rail. So it's a good compromise. 1, 2, 3. Oh crap, that piece was underneath the cap rail. Okay, transitioning to rope.
Yep.
I'm on rope.
Yep, we can.
A little bit of rope burn.
Yep.
So they're very heavy I-beams. Now we have to put them in the back of the truck and take them back to the gentleman we borrowed them from. Okay, first thing first is I am going to do this edge of the front seat. And I do it with the buffing machine and not my little grinder, because my little grinder is just too rough. It would take off the aluminum, and you don't want to do that on a curve because, yeah, you just can't replace that aluminum. Or I guess you could, but it's just too harsh. So I'm going to use this little buffer right here and 180, which is what I did on this curve, and I think it looks pretty good. So that's the first thing today, is just to do this edge, because then we can put the bench seat cushions on, and I really don't want to be in the sunshine that long, so I'll do the sunshine right here a little bit, and then I'll move along the port side of the boat and start grinding off paint, because there's no sun over there right now. We're in the shade. I don't know what it is with this boat, but somebody had a huge fondness for bondo, and we've talked about that before. So I have done the starboard side, but the port side has a lot of paint. So I'm slowly grinding it off, because you can see all the bubbles here. They all have to go. Look at these bubbles. Is that bad? Look at that. That is where water gets into, and aluminum corrodes behind it because the water sits in there and it can't escape. Which is why Blaine and I don't believe in painting aluminum, unless it's with bottom paint. But we're also doing, I am also doing all of this, because you can see all the corrosion. That's all coming off. Look at all this. And we're just trying to save the aluminum on this boat by doing this. And then I'm slowly starting from this end, because I'm better going from the right to the left with grinding, and I'm taking it all off. But it's a long process. The other thing I'm doing is, because these windows are getting replaced, you know, sometime in the future, to get the corrosion around the edge, I'm just bringing the wood right flat. We are not going to have wood trim on these windows. We're going all aluminum, and that's what Blaine's designed in his head. So I'm just taking the wood down to get the corrosion off, and it's just much easier. But this is a lot of work, and it gets in my eyes. We're gonna test the little paddle wheel to see if it's working. Blaine is down underneath the boat, and he's gonna blow on the paddle wheel, and I'm gonna watch right here, speed through water, and make sure it works.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Blow away, honey.
We're going to test the knot log, make sure it's working. So you can see we got our new paddle wheel in here. I'm just going to give it a little blow. Did it read anything? No. Uh-oh. We may have a problem.
Well, that sucks. So add another thing to the list that we thought we had an easy fix to, and we don't. So
we tested the speed log for our depth sounder because it's built in, and it's got a new wheel, but it wasn't working. And what I found with the Time Zero software and the DFF1 sounder is I do, if I power off the computer or the sounder, I have some connection issues to get it back up and running. So I'm just working on that right now to try to figure out if I can resolve that and confirm that our speed log is definitely not working or if it's just a connection problem. But we will hopefully find out shortly. Okay, so we've got communication. Janice is going to spin the paddle wheel and see if we read anything on the depth sounder. What's that? You're spinning it? What's that? Yeah, keep going. No, we're still not getting anything. But we are getting communication. Oh well.
There's still more chaos to come, from stripping the superstructure to launching Tangaroa without even starting the engines. It all continues in the next video, so you better subscribe now.